think the biggest struggle that people have with interiors is that the products that you're looking at buying, you get it at different prices at different places.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Why does that happen and how do you tackle it?
Yes and no, because everything comes with quality.
Okay.
Right? So if you are, I mean, you might want to buy a faucet, right? Which is a tap on front of a sink. You might want a cheaper quality. You might want an expensive quality. So it depends on what you're going for. But I know one product, different price points.
For example, I get a quote from one person, the same tile, the same exact tile. The pricing is different. From another vendor, I get it for different. Happens to everybody all the time.
But not just in design. I feel it's in every
It's
industry,
everywhere.
no?
Okay.
Even for fabrics, if you're buying clothes, everyone's going to try to maximize your profit.
Okay. So what does a customer do in such a case?
I think you don't just look at the product. I think you have to look at after sales care, because the minute you buy anything for your house, you're not using it once. You're going to use it for 5-10 years. So I personally wouldn't mind paying a slight premium if I know I'm going to get that after sales care, that 5 years later I call and say, ye to scratch aa gaya hai, kaam nahi kar raha hai, can you come fix it? So I will get it from that reputed company, store, brand, whatever. Pay that little premium.
Okay.
So as a client, I think you have to be mindful of that. But it's normal. It's like,
It's normal.
I wouldn't say it's normal in every single part of buying something for your house. But in certain things like tiles, yeah, it is normal. Because at the end of the day, a lot of it is like a commodity-based thing. It's whoever's giving you the best price, you do your due diligence and you buy what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, because I've seen customers who get the prices, then go out in the market themselves and they'll find out it's cheaper. And that happens with everybody, apparently with everyone.
It does. And the industry also knows it.
Exactly.
So I'm sure a lot of clients will also say, please do your due diligence.
If you want to buy it,
Yeah,
then
no
you...
one is saying, khali mere vendor se khareedna hai. I mean, no one's going to say that. So we
Right.
know how it works. Please do your due diligence also. Maybe someone's team can also help.
Okay.
And then,
Right.
But it's not just interior design. Making it sound so bad.
No, it's just
in
a
lot of
concern about the
industries.
industry that I feel like everybody faces. So I wanted an interior designer, an expert to tell us, what do you do as a customer if that's the case? Do you go yourself find it or just trust the person who's getting it that this is the price it is at?
You know, sometimes you just have to trust the person, because how much can you go run around and do your own due diligence? But yeah, your designer can definitely give you 3 options, 3 price points, and then you can choose from there.
Okay.
So you're not running for every single thing yourself. But that little analysis you'll have to do yourself. Unless if you don't care about how much you're paying, then you don't need to.
Yeah, we have those kind of people.
We have that also. We have all sorts in the world. Yeah.
Okay. You've obviously been to like 100 houses. I wanted to know anybody's house that stands out for you. Like you're like,
In a
wow.
good way or a bad way?
Oh, let's do both. I was going to do good, but let's do both.
No.
Describe the bad one without naming it.
Actually, the bad one stuck out in my house more than the good one. It was like, couldn't breathe in that house because the design
full.
was just so heavy. It's a smaller home, but it has like these heavy velvet drapes with those massive tassels. And, you know, it was just
Full.
And a lot of print on print. It was just, I was like, oh.
Couldn't breathe.
Yeah. So that has been, I think, forged in my memory. A beautiful home. There's so many. There's a lot. Can I say my home?
I love it. I love it.
Not just because of aesthetics. I had the freedom to do whatever I wanted in terms of design. But I think it's also a feeling, right? Home, the minute you say home, it's a different feeling. But anything with high ceilings, a lot of fresh light, fresh air, I'm automatically drawn. I think most people are automatically drawn to that. A lot of greenery. So I think that would be the vibe of any space I like.
In Bombay, we have a real big space problem.
Yes.
So as an interior designer, how do you tackle creating things in a smaller space?
I think designers from Bombay have become masters in optimizing every space. That corner under the ceiling next to the column, we will make that storage also. But I think it's making things multifunctional. I think that's the only way of doing it. You know, if you turn a door, it can suddenly open up your kitchen into your living room. Or if you want to close it, then it closes off the space. Or suddenly you want to work from home. So you have a sliding door that pulls through, closes off a space. So I think it's that very multifunctional kind of an approach. that's the only way you can optimize space.
Okay. I'm a very, like, the space has to be clear and like clean. If there's too many things in a space, I don't feel comfortable in that. It has to
Storage.
look aesthetic. But then in Bombay, that's so difficult to do because there's so many things we constantly need. And I would assume an interior designer struggle is like, how do I get everything to fit in this small space?
Correct. Everyone wants more storage, but being organized inside storage is actually a lifesaver. If you have buckets and you're organized about what goes where, I think that actually cleans up a lot of space.
Which a lot of people don't do because in Bombay you're dumping things.
You're dumping. But if
Right.
you have, suppose, a stationery drawer, and then you have a gift wrapping drawer, and you have, different drawers for different things, then you can actually maximize. So you have to be very organized about how you're going to use it.
Right. And how often should somebody do the interiors of their house?
Ooh, tough question.
I didn't know that.
But I don't think it's how often they should. Like, there's no number to it. But I think the minute it doesn't make you efficient anymore,
Okay.
it doesn't make you feel happy anymore.
Okay.
A lot of your things are just falling apart in your house, and you can't keep maintaining. You need to just change the house at some point. But the purpose of design is to improve the quality of your life.
Okay.
So the minute that's not happening in a home and you feel like you're walking into things, you're banging into people, then it might be time to tweak the design of your house.